Hey guys, David here with Northwest Outdoor Adventures, and today I want to go over our trip that we're planning here. It's really kind of just a tour of the western United States, I suppose. We've kind of dubbed it Hooker Trip because we're going to Vegas for one night. So anyways, I'm going to quickly go over our route here, and then I'll go over the gear that I'm bringing and how I'm packing it on my bike. So it's going to be three of us. We've got basically the same guys that went to Yellowstone, me, Rodeo, and our buddy Jimmy. And Rodeo and I will be on our 1978 BMW R80/7s, and Jimmy will be on his trusty DRZ 400 again. So, all right, we didn't really take too much time to plan the trip itself as far as what we're going to be doing in each place. We just have a vague idea of where we're going to end up for the most part each night. So let's go ahead and run through it. We live in Olympia, so that's where we're going to be starting off. Really what we're hoping to do the first day is end up in Crater Lake. So Crater Lake is kind of the idea for the first day. Camp there, hopefully, or stay in a lodge or something like that. From Crater Lake, we're going down towards Reno, and really hoping to stay around South Lake Tahoe. That's really the plan there. And then from Lake Tahoe, hopefully we're gonna hit up Yosemite, and maybe check out Mammoth Lakes. And then from there, we're going over to Las Vegas, may go through Death Valley depending on the temperatures that we see. It's really going to be up in the air whether we go that way or not. We are going in the summer, so we know it's going to be hot down there. So yeah, staying the night in Vegas, and then the next day, we're going to hop over the Hoover Dam, check that out, and then hightail it up on over to Zion. So I'm not sure what exactly we're planning on doing. We're going to camp there or do what, but we're going to hit up Zion and Bryce Canyon. Not sure where we're going to end up again. And then the next day, we're going to head down to the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, and then way over to Monument Valley. And again, we're going to end up somewhere probably around Monument Valley that day. And then after that, it's on to the next national park, Canyonlands. And then since we're basically probably going to end up staying in Moab or something, or either Canyonlands or Arches, we're also going to hit up Arches. And those are all the big ones that we're really planning to hit. So pretty much all those national parks. And then from there, it's kind of just journey back home. We'll probably hit up Salt Lake City, somewhere around there, maybe even do the Salt Flats. We really haven't decided if we're going to go through the Salt Flats and then north, or I don't know. Still up in the air. We'll see how we feel at that point, because we're going to be a couple thousand miles into the ride. Who even knows if our bikes are going to make it? We are taking some airheads through the desert for a couple thousand miles, so who knows how that's going to turn out. So anyways, after that, we're probably going to end up in Boise to sleep, or possibly Pendleton. Again, we don't know which way we're really going to be going there, whether we're going to go through and stay in Boise, or kind of cut up and over and then stay in Pendleton. And then from Pendleton, we'll probably end up just going straight back to Olympia. And not real sure on the way we'll do that. We'll probably, I don't know, we're either going to go above or below Mount Rainier. That's really the key there. But yeah, so that's kind of the whole trip. Again, like I said, we kind of haven't really planned it all that well, I guess I should say. But we haven't really decided each individual stop. It's more just, where the road's going to take us. We know this is a general route, and I think it's calculated out to around 3,300-ish miles or something like that. So it's a lot of riding, and we're doing it in about 10 days. Give or take a couple days, we'll see what's going on. So, it's going to average close to, definitely over 300 miles a day is our average. So, for you math majors, probably right around 330 miles a day is the average. But I guess we'll see. It depends. We don't know how many days we're going to really be out there. So, that's a lot of riding, especially on some older bikes. And biggest concern, is just breakdown. So anyways, that's the route. Let's go ahead and take a look at my gear. Alright, so here is my gear layout, and this is pretty much everything I'm going to be packing in these bags back here. So I've got two side panniers, some Krauser side bags, and then I've got a Givy I'll give you waterproof duffel there. And so anyways, this is pretty much all the stuff I'm going to be packing in there. Got my clothes, and some more clothes, and got an airhead, 2-valve twins, BMW manual, the Haynes one, and then I've got some waterproof stuff and some backup gloves, as well as a little head shield mask thing. I've got some electronics laid out here. We've got USB cables, spare batteries, rechargeable batteries, headlamp, GoPro junk, my DSLR, a little tablet just to transfer stuff and make things a little easier. Got some glasses, and then my camping gear, which is kind of the heavier side of stuff that I'll bring on a hiking trip. But it's my tent and my sleeping bag and a really big old pillow and my thermarest. So, and a stove and some matches and safety stuff, band-aids, whatever, first aid. Alright, so that's pretty much all the stuff that I'm going to be packing in there. Let's go take a look at the bike itself. Alright, so here's the bike after I've loaded everything up into my suitcases, or luggage. So pretty much I was able to fit all that stuff in these 2 side bags and my waterproof duffel up here. And so here's the helmet I'm going to be taking. It's a moderately cheap Bell helmet. And then I've got my GoPro there. I've also got my Scala Rider Smart Pack model. I believe it's the newest one. And yeah, and then up here we've got a holder for my phone, a windshield that I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be taking yet, and then I've also got a little throttle lock up there, a little dangerous, but man, it saves the wrist. I'll tell you that. So that's pretty much where it's at, and I'm ready to roll, I think. So as far as the rest of my gear, I've got an AGV Sport jacket that's pretty cheap and crummy. It's got a waterproof liner, and then I've also got some riding jeans, some Kevlar riding jeans with some built-in knee pads and stuff. So other than that, I've just got some fox gloves, got a spare pair of like full-size gauntlet gloves as well if I need them. And that's pretty much it. We're ready to roll, I think.